think I'm there. Wait, see if anyone comes on. Says it's all right. Just ring, clear the energy. All right. Good morning, Clarissa. 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 Clarissa, thank you. Thank you for hopping on. Just hopping on to deliver a public message this morning. This is we interrupt this station for we interrupt this public broadcast for whatever it is, what they used to say on TV. All right. If you don't mind sharing out, Chris, I appreciate it. I'm on my phone, I don't have my computer here. So I thought I would deliver a message, what's going on with the energies. I know there's a lot going on astrologically with Pluto, I think, is going retrograde as well. Mercury in retrograde, eclipsial energies as well. And I'm obviously no astrologer. So I'm going to just deliver a message from Spirit. But obviously, everything that we are experiencing on the outside through astrology or through whatever tool you use to connect and make sense of the energy, it's still you guys. It's still coming from within us. And that is the outer reflection. It's a tool, an apparatus, a science that is available to us to help us to make sense, because we are human, to make sense of what's going on energetically, to feed us information, the brain, the physical ego part of us, but obviously streaming in these higher conscious codes, activations, energies, awareness. It's all opening up our awareness. So when we go to study, it's not so much that we're getting from the outside in, but it's activating this knowledge and wisdom and insight from the inside out. And that acts as a activator, a catalyst, a remembering to get the ball rolling, Everything on the outside is a reflection to activate, to help us to remember, to reconnect. And sometimes when we hear things or see things from the outside, we're like, well, holy hell, that don't make any sense. What the F is that supposed to mean? Or we might be like, that's interesting. That makes sense. And then we go within to gain greater understanding and clarity and wisdom as it is applicable to our soul journey. So we don't need to know everything, because not everything resonates with our makeup, with our energetic makeup, which is made up of God source energy and the soul's journey of all the other timelines and experiences throughout eternity that we have gathered within that soul. So you might be one to learn visually, or you might be more intellectual and use the mind more, or you might learn through feeling, like, oh yeah, I feel that makes sense, that activates me, that excites me in some way, I feel all the tingles. And so as we allow our physical body also to be a player in this spiritual information, in this physical information, in our hologram, we allow it all to be utilized and work as one. So that even in itself is symbolic or representative of how we are operating and integrating as one. We're calling back all those soul fractal parts of us, all of those pieces that are I am nots that I discussed yesterday, because we are that I am, meaning you are God source energy, and everything before you is also you. Nothing is separate, but we weren't taught that. So because we weren't taught that, we still have some separation. The I am not worthy, or I am not good enough, or I am not a good speaker, or I am not a fast learner. So it is about also this energy is about claiming all of that back and realizing I am that I am abundant, I am worthy, I'm pure God source energy. And yeah, sure, I might not operate just like that person, but that is good, because I am here to illuminate to experience my light codes, not according to somebody else's light codes and experience. And in that, they're still reflecting as they illuminate and experience who they are, their individualized frequency, their soul's purpose on their journey. They're still reflecting that connection to their source. So that's how we are all reflecting parts of each other. We're all reflecting aspects, but that their aspect might not be our journey, and no one can experience our journey or express it or exclaim it or understand it like we do, because we are an individual. We are that snowflake. So we are calling back those gifts and abilities. That's what our codes are. That's what our light is. It is our abilities and gifts that we have pushed in or belittled or thought limited or weren't important or good enough or spectacular. And that's the biggest lie, because you guys are all master light blasters. You're pure love, God, source energy. And a master light blaster allows the I am nots, those parts of us that are separate, the areas that bring about fear, the areas that are shadow. So the I am not are the shadow parts of ourselves that we are integrating and bringing back to the light that they are. Sure, I might not be able to memorize an encyclopedia, but I feel the truth. I might not intellectually understand it from my mind, but I feel and trust my inner guidance. So it's about calling back the areas that we've cut ourselves off, which are I am that I am. You're also I am that I am not. You've created that experience, and those are the shadows. Those are the parts of us that we've taken and cut off from ourselves. Now we're claiming them back by embodying our light, by focusing on your individual gifts, abilities, shining bright, stepping into your power. We are undergoing, Spirit says, is a huge reset. In the place that I just moved into, the disposer was very old, and I was told to try the reset button, and it still buzzed. It was all clogged, and it was really old. And I tried to reset it. I tried to turn the wrench to loosen up that blade or whatever's in there that could have been stuck or jammed. Nothing would work. I needed a new disposer. And that represents, I know that's a weird example, but sometimes we try to operate in the same cycle of the old us, separated, the I am nots. We could try to reset it mentally. We can try to operate from the outside to reset, to recalibrate, but really we've got to go within. And that requires us to break free of that old machine we're operating, setting, frequency, way of being, and to become anew again. We are resetting back to our innate self. And that requires us not to regurgitate the cycles. All of you guys watching now or later are truly master light blasters. You've come to wrap up and a cycle that has been repeated through our lineage, through our ancestors, through our bloodline. And we have been called to finally wrap it up. We're ending that cycle. Every generation had its part. Every generation experienced something to the fullest to bring them to their self-realization, to their God source energy, to transmute, to transcend, to alchemize, to embody the light of whatever that was connecting, that illusion, that untruth. And we have come to do what our ancestors could not do. We have legions of support in spirit world, the legions of those energies supporting us, because they started the journey in a cycle, and the next generation, next, even though it's not linear time, even spirit is having me do little circles. They're frequencies. So at a certain frequency, we can only accomplish so much, but that is the soul journey. That is what the soul came to experience. And it's still us in different frequencies. It's all us in different frequencies. And now we're in this frequency where we're really ascending, we're really illuminating, we're really allowing our light codes to be activated through the light, through the darkness, through the shadows, through the fears, through all of our experiences, so we can finally end this limited illusionary part of anything that is keeping us from stepping fully 100% into our source energy. You have come to do what they can't do because you are operating on a different frequency, awareness, and consciousness, where you're finally ending the cycle. And it's not that we weren't supposed to go through that cycle, because it is this and that. We came to experience it, to expand our God source energy, to know thyself, to have the physical experiences of God with a veil on, not knowing its power. What greater experiment to go through incidences and experiences and situations and embodiments where you don't know that you are God. Talk about a most unbelievable experience probably in all time. So you're able to have the experience of the darkness right here to activate your light as you rise. This is the sun coming up over the horizon. That is symbolic of rising in frequency, bringing through the light and then shining on everything, your light at the frequency that you are operating in now. Good morning, Wild Blue. Tristan, good morning. Good morning, Claire. Good morning, everybody. Please share out if you haven't. I am on my phone. So that is what we're stepping into, and that's what the reset is. It is our new day, our new moment of now, embodying our power, collecting all the shadows in all those parts of us that we thought were not worthy or deemed not good or carried shame, guilt, criticism, and judgment. That is part of the I am not part of us. That is part of the shadow. That is part of the integration of bringing it all to the light as we rise, embodying all of our codes, illuminating our codes, living from our codes, not others, and we're rising into this new day, this new morning, this new dawn. Or wait, dawn. Yeah, dawn is the morning, right? Dusk is night. So we're rising and stepping in, and we're having that reset. When we kept trying to reset in the past, this is where the garbage disposer analogy comes in. We kept trying to reset from the same program, the same piece of machinery, the same frequency that we've outgrown. Just like certain computers, if they're not upgraded, or phones, they can't operate the new programs, and they need to be upgraded or discarded or whatever. And as we step in, and by the way, we are stepping into new bodies. Every moment is a new cell rejuvenation. It is a new us physically. Sometimes we don't see it immediately because the physical body has got a little bit of a lag time, and we are stepping in to embody the physical being that also is representative of this higher frequency. Is that not amazing? So that the disposer being discarded and having a new one put in is our new body, and we're able to regurgitate, process, because a disposer, you think of grinding up. So we are able to grind up, assimilate, process information, discard what we don't need, and reset. So we are being called for this huge reset because we have fulfilled our cycle. That garbage disposal has fulfilled its time. It's time in the physicality. It's time to be recycled and be brought in anew. Well, we're the new guys. We don't have to die and leave this world anymore. We are in transition while still being physical. We are called to go to the light, but it's inside, not outside of us, as we are continuing our journey now. Is that not amazing? We don't need to die to ascend, to go to the light, and we're not going anywhere. We're only illuminating that light. This is like the good news. This is like the most beautiful news. It is freeing, it's liberating. It dissipates the illusion of death. It dissipates the limitations, all of those areas that we deemed unworthy. We are able to bring them into the light, exclaim the beauty and the glory that they are, how they served us, and what we are. So today's message, that was a little whatever introduction, I guess. Today's message is the reset is also about we are no longer, like the garbage disposer, recycling from the outside, trying to operate from the energy outside of us. So we aren't able to get any further by recycling that information, by operating through systems, beliefs, governments, laws, regulations, science, physical, diets, exercise, all of that has taken us as far as we can go. Now, what we're doing is we're going within to our source. We're letting that be our guide. And as I spoke of yesterday in the master's group, but I'm not sure if I said it in the public, but we can trust happiness to be our guide. We're operating from that happiness, that spot. Of course, we're going to be happy when we're operating from our own light codes, our own imprint, our own snowflake is going to fit perfectly into that snowflake outfit. Because think of it this way, if you're trying to put on someone else's snowflake clothes, it's not going to fit. Every little crystallized particle, and that's what we are. We're crystallized light in form, in body, in physical. like that snowflake, it's not going to fit because it's only one size will fit that particular snowflake. And that's why one size does not fit all. One way does not fit all. One belief does not all fit all. So whatever you've gone through and whatever everybody else is going through, they're giving exactly what they need for their soul's journey to continue that expansion, to continue them to empower and to connect, to click like a gear into their own codes. The codes sort of, they're showing me like a gear clicking into that. And then as we allow that to be our guide, our happiness, our intuition, of course, we're going to be flooded with shit. But I think that's what we're wrapping up to. Any fears, any beliefs, anything we've been holding on to that makes that like information that we're receiving impossible, like too good to be true. What do you mean life is flow? What do you mean it's to be joy? What do you mean I don't need to carry the weight and the burdens of others? What do you mean I can live for myself? What do you mean I can step into my happiness and know everybody else? That's the best thing I can do to reflect everybody else's happiness for them. What do you mean? So we'll be guided by fears. Oh, what do you mean that time I was criticized by my friends and I got picked on? What do you mean? Well, we operated at certain points in our timelines as a certain frequency to experience that experience, only to blast it into the light that it is, to give us that experience, to know thyself, to really know the light, to expand that God source energy. All right. Hey, Sandy, good to see you. All right. So I thought today I would do a collective wisdom of the house of the night, just to give us a little reflection or information of what our reset is to do with. What information is being brought into us through us? What information have we hidden from ourselves? So it's going to be a full moon. Full moon represents that cycle ending, stepping out into that newness, that reset. Everything is being illuminated and used up. That energy of the past cycle has been used up to the fullness to bring everything to light so that we can continue on that next cycle and a reset. Some of the physical experience is a little bit of headiness, a little bit of dizziness, a little bit of ringing in the ears as well, representing those higher frequencies that we're activating of spirit, of our higher self, of our light codes. And ringing is like a reset as well. It's a tuning through tones, through frequencies for the physical body to align to these higher frequencies that we are activating within us. So the human mind, we're human too. We got to honor our physical process of understanding all of our senses, like through our eyes. Some people are visual learners, some hear better, some are through doing. So this is just going to bring any information maybe through that is going to give us that aha, that's going to give us a spark, that's going to activate something within us and give us a greater understanding so that we can illuminate more light codes, so we can step into the next cycle in more purity and clarity of our light, gathering in and allowing the I am presence in every moment. Every moment really is anew. It's a new thought, it's a new mind, it's a new physical. So science says it as and it's funny, it's 7 years, right? 7 is the number of divinity. That's kind of funny. That just hit me. 7 years represents we have a whole new cellular structure. There's also a 28-day thing too. So science actually reveals symbolically all of the cycles. And when we say 7 years, that's a timeline that we have created collectively, so we can do things quicker than the 7 years even. That's what science has discovered. But science, I don't think, is caught up to the frequencies of spirit, because they still base it on timeline, but spirit is frequency. So the 7 represents how we're rejuvenated, recalibrated, physically at a physical level as we connect to our divinity. That's interesting. And even the cycles of the moon, I think the skin is new, that surface once a month, right? Is that what it is? And that represents the cycles of the moon. And how it takes like a month. Is it a month or a certain number of days to reprogram your mind into a new habit? So all of the cycles in science are representing a frequency correlation to us. All right. So I thought I would pull for the collective one heart card representing our heart. Our hearts are one with Mother Earth, honoring our physicality, honoring what we're creating. So as we are creating from our source, from our codes, then that outside is more reflective. That mirror is more reflective of our light. It is showing us where we're at. It is showing us how much we've grown. It's showing our new wisdom, our insight, just like technology is showing us all that we have been going through in the physical as well. The mind, the sparks, the synapses, the understanding, everything is happening quicker because we've activated all of these lights, all of these light codes, all of these synapses, all of these connections. They're all sparking, and then that creates a exponential momentum. So I'll do a collective, and then if anybody out there wants a personal, just let me know. I don't have too many people on, but I was going to do 1111, representing the integration, taking the I am and the I am not, bringing them together, taking the light, taking the shadows, bringing them together, the masculine, the feminine, whatever opposing polarities you've been experiencing, as you're allowing them to show you. And then that creates a portal, that creates an opening, that creates a new beginning, a new cycle, a new frequency that you're embodying, stepping into, hence reflecting into your reality. Everything happens through us. And what Spirit also, real quick, wanted us to mention, whenever we are making a decision, I noticed in the master group, some of us got cards that said, think or stop before you act, and to get that guidance. Well, that guidance and that pause, that Mercury retrograde is also so symbolic of, gives us that pause to recalibrate. Am I basing this decision, this choice, this action based on an active, on my own light, on my own guidance, on my own light, on my own newness that I'm being revealed, my enlightenment? Or am I basing this decision, choice, path, whatever you're doing, on other people's codes, on things that I've outgrown, on things that are not serving my integration? So stop before you act, or having that pause gives you an opportunity to go within, check in. That's what I was talking about on the live. Checking in before you're acting means checking in with yourself, checking in with your heart. When they say look for the signs, they don't mean the signs outside of you. They mean the signs, however, they do operate as one, but connecting here, because you'll get a sign here and then you'll get that feeling and that excitement. Then we do get that outer physical reflection of what we just connected to. So is the sign activating? Is it light? Is it energetic? Or is there a null? Like, when you see a sign and it's not really what you wanted, and you're like, oh, and it doesn't feel life-giving, that's an old sign that you're actually being called to connect to your own sign. That is the feeling. That is your clairs even. What are you seeing, imagining, hearing, feeling? What is your heart telling you? Are you excited about this? You could be nervous, but there's excitement. Is it new information you're being called to live out? But you're scared because of course it hasn't manifested. Of course it isn't confirmed or affirmed in your outside, because you're the one bringing it forth. That new idea, that new invention, that new light language for even you, Tamara, those new codes you're activating, that new insight you have, Carissa, that new knowingness you have, Sandy, that new understanding you have, Tristan. That is your sign. That is your feeling. That is your source talking to you through your vehicle in the way that your soul is gifted at. So the check-in isn't checking outside. The outside will allow you to check in. The outside gives us those signs to, okay, I got to go within. Does that feel right? And then you might get that sign like, oh my God, the 1111. Yeah, I knew I was whatever, stepping through a portal. I knew I was embracing and embodying some new energy. So it's about here. And then the check-in, yeah, you can check on the outside. Does it feel right? I don't think so. I'm not going to take that route anymore. So that's like discarding the old disposer, resetting, and then acting from your source, your light, your information, your codes. And so often we want the security, the ego mind wants that security from the outside, that answer. But we're calling to deeper layers of trust, levels of trust, confidence, and stepping in, because we are creating anew. What we have come to live hasn't been lived. Our ideas haven't been done. There might be little flicks, other little reflections through people that are activating and triggering and helping us, because a part of that, they're reflecting a part of our light, but then we take pieces of those light reflected by others, and then we create our own. So having and daring to start anew without that security, without that gung-ho in cement, oh yeah, it's going to work. What expansion is there in that? Nothing. We want the guarantee sometimes. Just like sometimes we want to do a live, and like me, I'll doubt sometimes, like, oh shit, should I bring forth this information? I don't know. I don't know. There's going to be some people it might not, like, I'll go through that. And then I'm like, nope, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to trust. People are grown enough to know to discern for themselves what works for them. And whether they take it peacefully or objectively or catalyzes, whatever, I have to trust that reflection is going to land, spark, activate, whatever, for whatever reason. So that's another thing, sharing new information or new modalities or new healing techniques that connect to us, and sharing that, or that wisdom or that insight or that understanding without it being proved by science. That's huge for light workers. That's huge because we're operating from the light. Yeah, certain things will connect. Science will have parallels in quantum physics, especially with the multidimensional and where we put our focus. An atom doesn't respond, or a molecule, until our focus is there, because it's our light, it's our focus that creates it, creates that movement, creates that awareness. And it's like that old saying, is the tree that falls in the forest, did it really even fall? Probably not until we put our attention there. It's because we put our attention there, because the world is really not solid. It's all vibrating. It's an illusion. It's a hologram we've created for the experience. It's real to us and as our experience, and like this table feels solid. It is real in the experience, but ultimately we're creating it. That is amazing. And I'm going to say probably most of what comes out of my mouth isn't proven per se. It's theory, philosophy, concepts that I really, really believe in. Light isn't solid. And it's all good. If you can think it, it exists according to your belief. All right. Personal, please. Okay, Tristan. Thank you. So for personals, I'm just going to trust. You made a donation of $11.11 either through PayPal, which is riaberta1224@gmail, and then Cash App, Venmo is riaberta@gmail. But sure. So those that have donated are prioritized. I'll give you your reading first. So Tristan, we'll see what comes through to you. Thank you so much. Immediately, I'm getting a lot of orange and yellow for you. And yellow is that joy. It's that confidence. In the orange representing your sacral, it is representing you stepping into greater joy and love and happiness. We already are that innately, but having that experience in the physical as you trust and allow your creative juices in whatever way, shape, or form you express those to come forth. You have this beautiful new idea or way of being or thought process or creation that you're really being called to trust and step into, because it's going to bring you great joy. First of all, first message. Oh, this is so beautiful. And thank you for holding the space for this message. I'm all tingly. Your energy is so beautiful. It is so like overtaking. I can feel it in my whole body. It's reverberating. It's light, and it's all going like this. It's that beautiful flood of love and emotional connection. So you're being called to deep levels of connection within yourself, connection, your own energy, and allowing that to be your flow, your go. Your flow and your go is you. Those emotions, those things that make your heart sing in your, it's about bringing forth your own music, your own heartbeat, your own stamp into the world. And you are so, what your spirit guides are saying is you are so supported in this, Tristan. You're so supported. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. I can just feel the love and the support and the guides and the angels. And also, that is all parts of you. It is your ancestors, your experience of you and other timelines, all here helping and supporting. You've allowed all of those parts that didn't seem to be supportive that you've experienced in your life to be activated. You're a master light blaster in that the burden you've carried, you've lightened it. You're letting it go because you're allowing it to work for you and show you that light, to activate your light, to bringing you back to your self-realization of all of that you already are. All right. let's see, with the wisdom, these are so beautiful. I just felt really, really into that wisdom of house of the night. So this is just, what are you bringing into full illumination that was once hidden, perhaps? This one, and then I'm going to do a Mother Earth heart. So your physical heart, how is it related to that? This is beautiful. All right. So the shadows of the night, this is beautiful. So this, I know you've gotten this before, Carissa, or maybe it was Kelly. 41 is a 5, representing that change, stepping in and committing to that change, that insight that you've had, that you found, representative by the light. All of these rooms, all they're saying is you are the light in your Father's house. First of all, Tristan, you are that light in the house. Wherever you go, you carry that light. You illuminate whatever darkness shrouds you. You overcome it with your connection to your source. So all of the rooms in your Father's house can represent all of the experiences, but it can go further in timelines, dimensions, parallel views that you've experienced. You have always been on the trajectory of bringing light to that shroud of darkness, to that experience. You truly are a master light blaster, in that you are the light wherever you go. You have not maybe found the light outside of you because you were the light to turn on in the room. The light wasn't there until you entered it. And you might have in the past wanted to see that affirmation in your world, and you might not have gotten that through experiences, situations, developments in your life, because you were the one to infuse the light. And that makes so much sense, because I can relate to that at a personal level. Why can't that person reflect my knowing? Why can't that situation or that relationship or that job or whatever it is, why can't that reflect that beauty that I know? Because it wasn't supposed to. You were the one to illuminate the light in it. That's so beautiful. So I feel that you're stepping into that light and that knowing and that wisdom and understanding now, ending the cycle of expectation through the outside, because it is through you that you are to illuminate that which didn't live up to your expectations, or that which didn't appear in your mirror, because you had to claim that light within first. And now wherever you go, you shine it. And you bring light to a room, you bring light to the house, you bring light to the community, you bring light to the world. And it says belonging. So in the past, you might have felt that sense of not belonging, like, oh my God, I hold all this beauty and light. Why don't I? You weren't meant to fit in, because you were to be the change, the 5, the change, the catalyst, the new information, the light codes. You weren't meant to. But now that you are realizing that, then you're going to find this most greater sense of belonging that you've ever felt, because you're operating from the light of knowing. You're operating from your God source energy. It was always there. We just aren't taught that. And now that you know that, and now that you don't need the outside to prove your worth or to prove your light, now you're going to automatically have that greater sense of belonging. And that yellow I saw right there, having joy in those higher codes of frequencies, activating Christ consciousness, unconditional love, but for who? For you. And trusting in that and going forth in your journey. You have a purifying energy, that violet flame. So you've created a foundation of maybe feeling not belonging, and it connected you to your belonging, the one representing your independence. You're a paver, you're a master light blaster. House of night. So you've had to find your own belonging. Now the Mother Earth heart card represents that. Look at that heart. This was a clamshell, and it's opened up and broken in the perfect shape of a heart in the middle. So opening up, being vulnerable, really understanding that darkness that you might not have understood before, the fear, the disappointments in life, or you being misunderstood maybe from others. You've opened up all of that darkness. It's so funny. Is this not symbolic? All right. So this was the darkness, and now you are the light. Maybe initially you were looking for the light outside of you, but you had to open up within. And now, because you opened up that within, now the light is all around you. These cards go together perfectly. They're both black and white, representing the shadow, the parts that you thought that you were not, and now claiming them and knowing you were them. You are the light all along. And now you're going to be creating and reflecting that light in every place you are. Nothing can overcome you, because you are the light. And everything that has been created and experienced was created by you for you. Your God or your God herself. And now you've opened up, you've cracked the shell, you understand deeply what the shadows were about, what that darkness, what that unfulfillment was about. And now you're able to embody that and bring that into the world. What it actually says on the back is successful. The very thing you battle with is the key to your mission, purpose, and success. We all have something to overcome. And as we meet the challenge, we fulfill our purpose and success. Feeling the love and the light and the power within you is the greatest success. Embodying your true nature is success because that's what's creating your life. And whenever we go to the outside for it first, we'll always be disappointed because we need that inner generator. We need that inner power. We need that inner light because it's the light that creates that outside experience. You are stepping into a place of great, great success, fulfillment, happiness, and joy, and living that because you have connected to that within. That is the never-ending power. Everything outside of us changes, transitions, dissipates. You are that light that is going to sustain every room, every experience, every opportunity that you walk into. For that darkness was an opportunity for you to turn on your inner light. So beautiful. All right, I don't see any comments. Everybody heard me, right? Can someone just tell me if you heard me? Yes, okay, because I'm not really seeing any. And oh my God, so as a reader and channeler, we can get a little nervous if like, oh my God, everyone ditched. Oh my God, that message didn't resonate. Oh my God. So we can find ourselves slipping into the ego like, oh my God, was I not even speaking? I mean, was my voice shut off? Or, oh my God, this must not have made any sense. So that's why it's sometimes good to get comments, whether it made sense or not. All right. So thank you for that, Tristan. Hopefully that made sense or resonated. And even hey, Tamra. Oh, good morning, beautiful. We've been sending you so much love and light, Tamra. So much. I hope you're doing well. Tamra, I would really love you to join the masters group. Tamra, Tamra, holy crap, I'm drawing a blank now. Wild Blue. Oh, maybe I thought that was Wild Blue. Another Tamra. Remember when I mixed up the messages? She's in the group. It's very empowering. Yes, 5-5, Star Traveler. That message resonates with me too. And that's the beautiful thing because when the more and more we are in our light, like everything I just delivered for Tristan really hit home for me as well. And because we are illuminating our codes and trusting in that, we're illuminating those more pure reflections of our own light through our soul family. Now I'm getting all emotional again because all of the love's pouring in. So as Tristan stood up and made a donation and got a reading, they held space for a reflection for ourselves as well. And because we are operating from a more pure us, and not pure in the sense that something's good or not, but in the sense that we are claiming our light and living from that, not the shadows, but the light, the I am presence, the I am that I am, not the I am not part of us. And we're reflecting those through our relationships. Oh my God, everything in life is working like, and we know this as we step into more and more light, everything in life is working for me, right down to the tiniest little things. Like I needed to get some ice and I keep forgetting, and then I was at Snap, and then I'm like, oh, I didn't mean to go that way, but then I noticed the Family Dollar store next door, a guy's getting some ice for some woman, and I'm like, holy shit. Even though the roads you didn't mean to take or the turns or the things you buy is still all for a reason. It's all working for us. And as we are reflecting that light, we're reflecting it in our everyday mundane stuff too. And I'm like, oh yeah, thank you. Hey, but hey, can you keep that open? I need some ice. So I ran out, got the ice. It was quick, easy, and cheap. And even the littlest things in life, I am finding such appreciation for and seeing the reflection of me operating from my light and really living the belief that things are working always for me. And those little tiny things, and then things that didn't work out, oh my God, I got to meet that person. Or, oh, that opportunity where I thought I had to spend lots of money and you're not sure if you're provided for, but you spent it anyways, and then seeing how you're provided for. So it's about really, really right now, we're stepping in that reset and really living those concepts and theories and beliefs that we've been holding on to through pure faith and hope. We are the fives, the fives, 5 times 5. Yeah. That Star was saying, because we are the change and now we're activating and seeing that reflection also. And even the 5, even the whole old thing where we say, oh, high five, give me high five, like, yeah, congratulations. We're living that change now. We are living it and embodying it even before we see that outside security and safety of living it. And now we're just assuming it, and now it's just appearing. And that's flow, really being in that flow. Ria, yeah, whatever. I don't. A lot of people call me Rita or Maria because my real name's Marie, but Ria is a nickname because Marie seemed common. So people call me every name in the book. No pun intended. All right. I know. Even when I write it, spell check is such a blessing, but is it such a pain in the ass sometimes as well? Like I can't spell, and I'm like, oh, thank you for spell check. Now, yeah, that's how I need to spell it. And then there's those times like, stop it, that's not the way I want to spell it. All right. So if anyone else made a donation, let me know. And I thought this was a beautiful collective, but I will do another collective if no one makes a donation. And know that spirit, because spirit is light, it bleeds all over the world. The sun bleeds, and I say it bleeding, but it's merges everywhere that it shines its light. So it will touch everyone. So that's how it touches all of us as well. All right, one more for the collective. And if you guys haven't joined the Master Light Blaster group, I'll post it on the bottom, but it's for those Master Light Blasters that really are putting focused intent on really putting the energy and focus on themselves and really just allowing more and more and more and more, and whatever comes through in the group comes through each other, through each other's reflection. So it's really just putting forth, giving the physical evidence that, yeah, I am worth it. Yeah, I am given to myself. Yeah, I am focused on this part of my journey, and I'm going to give it my all. And so basically it's a Master Light Blaster, allows the darkness to activate its light, and then we come to greater understandings and wisdoms to one another, and whatever the spirit decides to bring forth. And you get, I do channelings like 5 days a week at least, and little personals that are included in that as well. So it's kind of cool. It's an experiment. Will it always be that? We'll see. I'm just going with the flow. I'm trusting in the now, and where it goes, it goes. All right, collective message. But part of this reset is really, really, really trusting in our innate energy, which is abundant, which is love, which is joy, which is ever given, everlasting. All right, letting go. This is the collective answer, letting go. Message, not answer. 22, a master number. Master integration, master calling back those fractalized parts of ourselves, master reclaiming our power, master reset button, master building again in a new cycle, master, sometimes when you build a new building, it's torn down and then they erect from a new foundation, stronger, better materials. For all of us guys, it's building upon higher truth frequencies. Everything is true if you believe it. But what the hell kind of truth is it if you believe there's badness, you believe you got to watch your back, you believe the world sucks, you believe it's going to pots, you believe that we're just killing ourselves and are gonna self-destruct, or oh, there's only so many number of finances, oh no, I'll never be able to fulfill my dreams, oh, my previous generations, I've never seen it in my world, why me? Well, why not? Because of this, your pure God source energy, we're building from those higher frequencies, which are giving us, it's ironic because a higher frequency is more light, more space, but it's creating a more solid foundation for us to live out our physical experience in heaven. Here, now, it's within us. We always hear that, oh, the kingdom of heaven lies within. Well, where the F is it, damn it? Well, we needed to go through integration. We had to be that I am. We needed to be that power. We needed to embody it and trust in it and live it through action. Physical beings have to take action. The human being is about being, but being that light, and you have to move it or you're going to have atrophy. You got to continue the expansion, and all is as it should be. Everything you went through, I can question, oh man, maybe I should have did that differently. No, holy shit, effing no, because it served me well. All right, letting go. So this is about letting go of the past, letting go of the limitations, letting go of all that is not that I am, that I am, that I am, that light, that love, that God, letting go of all of that. I don't consider, we're so powerful in the I am, we can create that experience of this separation, the illusions, all of it. So it's about getting us step by step to the point where we can really claim and connect. So some beliefs are too much of a gap in the I am, even though anything is possible. Our humanness still might have a little bit of a gap. So you might not say, oh, I'm going to go buy that. And maybe you do. I'm going to go buy an island and erect my own castle. Your belief system might need to catch up to that a little bit. Not that it's impossible, but there's a gap. So in the meantime, we challenge ourselves and we take these leaps, but to stretch ourselves, but still somewhat be believable, because it's our belief that allows it. So this is about letting go of the beliefs that don't serve you. It is representing our transformation, and it's water, dragonflies. This is us, little dragonflies, lighting up. We light our activation, we light and release our light codes as we delve into our heart space, into our trauma, where we realize where we have created those ideas of separation, disillusionment, all of that, and go into our feelings of what you really want. Some people don't dare to go there because they don't think they can have it anyways. That's the victim self-sabotage in a nutshell. Go there and trust whatever it is, for better or worse, it's all serving you. It's about integrating. So letting go, releasing the transformation and living it. What the hell is that on her? It's like a little dream catcher on her hand, a little dream catcher, tiny, representing she's going to go through she's going to release the transformation within her so she can simultaneously catch her dreams as well. Dragonflies represent their water. They breed and live by water, or breed there, and it's about the water, connecting to your emotions, connecting to your feelings, and allowing all to flow, which creates space for the transformation. She's got a stick. Letting go of the dead sticks, the dead wood that isn't serving you, but also that stick can act as a dowsing rod where it's showing you where to go as well. Everything is a paradox. Everything is a dichotomy. Everything is a yin and yang in one, okay? So the stick can represent letting go of the old dead wood, dead stuff, but it also represents that dead wood you're letting go of can act as a dowsing stick of guidance, where to go, where to connect to your water, where to get your fulfillment, where to get your emotional bliss. So many of us have cut off our emotional bliss because we thought we were too focused on breaking through stuff with resistance, working physically, working with the mental capacity, the mind, to get through shit that we really don't want to get through. And now it's about letting go of all of that. We have alchemized, transmuted, allowed all to make space for greater light. So now we can let go, in the sense that we're being guided and opening up to greater emotion. Oh, that's what I was saying. So sometimes we didn't want to feel emotions because we were sick of being sad, of being unfulfilled, or what we would consider missing the mark, or being unworthy, or I don't get this because I'm not good enough, and oh, I'm not loved, and woe me. We're releasing the victimhood to allow the victor. In connecting to those emotions, we're allowing ourselves to feel the emotions of victory. That's what it is. All right, this is really awesome, guys. That is showing your mastery and how powerful you all are. Makes sense for me about letting go of the past. Yes, Sandy, letting go so that we can be guided to greater emotional fulfillment. Star, things are coming up from the past and recently too. I thought I had let go of them, having trouble waking up the past few mornings. I usually get up early, but I have been having nightmares. Oh my God. Hey, Lauren, I had the worst nightmare last night. Speaking of, and part of the energies also of this huge shift and reset, I was actually listening to someone explaining it, and they were saying, yeah, one of the symptoms are well as being really bogged down, super tired, where you normally um, have a lot of energy, and you just honor that, honor the process. It's part of the physical body recalibrating and resetting, star. So yeah, a lot of people are experiencing really heaviness and dead weight because what they're doing is they're bringing that shit up to the surface, and it is a little overwhelming, or the physical body's releasing it. So it needs to just focus its energy on that as it's processing or releasing and letting go, creating space. So the naps and stuff like that are very important, stars. So don't think there's something wrong. This is awesome. You are letting go, bringing any residual past stuff into the illumination of the moon, so that now you're resetting yourself for that new cycle. But my dream was, oh my God, I had to have a whole bunch of teeth taken out. And teeth taken out represented me doubting what I say, what I teach, what I preach, how I analyzed it this morning as I was driving, is me thinking what I'm saying is bad. We need our teeth to pronounce doubting myself. So to me, it was about doubting my expression and what I'm sharing. And what I was sharing at last night in the Masters was about our abundance and always trusting and knowing if something shows up, then you have the means to solve the problem or to have the finances. So in the dream, I had teeth taken out, and I know I didn't want dentures. I wanted implants. And I was thinking, oh my God, and I was telling the dentist, this, the oral surgeon, do I really need to take out all those teeth? And oh my God, that implants cost so much money. So what was coming up for me and what I was processing in the dream was embodying all that I'm being revealed as a spirit regarding being provided for, being abundant, having the means and the money and the finances and the resources to get through whatever I am preaching, whatever I am teaching, whatever I'm embodying and stepping into. So it represented, that was the way my physical body and mind processed it. I was doubting my teachings and all of these beautiful somewhere in me, and it brought it to my conscious awareness somewhere in me, the light and all that I believe in the heaven I want to live. It was me. It was representing a little bit of doubt there, and in speaking that and living that in the solid represented by teeth. And then the whole abundance. Am I abundance? Am I always going to be provided for? Am I really God source energy? Can I really create all dreams come true? Yes, 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 and yes. But the dream was a way for me to process it and to give my limited self that understanding, forgiveness, whatever. We can simultaneously believe in something and observe the ego still trying to attach and discount it or not being on board with us. That is the beautiful thing of the 2 2s and the 1 1s representing the integration. We can have that higher perception and still have compassion for the ego part of ourselves and the heart and the hurt and the pain, and still feeling that little bit of scaredness from the physical. That's beautiful. That's such self-compassion to hold now the aware state for the physical part of us as it goes through this transition, this transformation. Even being sick. Oh my gosh, I am really, really scared. So I know so many people that didn't survive this or couldn't go, and they're on pills or they transitioned or whatever. We can observe our human mind with compassion, but know and still hold space for that light to be brought into our physical experience. All right. So yes, having compassion for yourself, bringing things up from the past, not judging it, saying, "Oh, this is interesting. This little flick of past is showing me where I am not that I am. It's giving me an opportunity to integrate that shadow, to call back a piece of myself, to bring that into a fuller integration of my God source energy, because we're naturally healed, we're naturally whole, we're naturally happy. What we're doing is we are calling back or releasing, however way you want to call it. It's simultaneously a releasing and a calling back of ourself. It's a releasing of the illusion and a calling back of our light to be experienced through the physical. We already are all that, we always have been, but we came for the physical experience, expression of that God source energy. And we can't have that unless we release certain illusions, lies, as we call back that healed, beautiful little child that you have always been and always are. Thank you for joining, Lauren. All right. Any questions? Anybody else need a personal? Anybody who shared out that want a quickie? A quickie? I was doing donations for 1111 for a personal quickie, but if you guys shared out this message and want a really quickie, let me know. Just a real basic. Let me know. All right, Lauren. It's funny because I was looking at your name and I was saying, I know I'm supposed to pull a card for Lauren. I know she needs a card. It fell on the floor. Putting all your cards on the table. Dropping that which doesn't serve you. What else? Because a lot of cards will stick, sometimes slide out, and sometimes a single one just drops out, drops from the heavens. It could be a message of things just dropping from heaven for you. Things are going to appear, and I'm going to read it. I'm going to intuitively feel it before I see it. Dropping out of heaven. It could be a good thing, or it could be, oh my God, the sky is falling, and it's just an acorn. So there's something about seeing things from the higher perspective as things are falling, not resorting to the worst case scenario, like the little chicken where the sky is falling and it was just an acorn, and going and spreading all of this information. Maybe you are taking on or still believing in a bunch of information that was spread from one generation to the next and the next and the next, and you're here to clear it all up. You're here to take the whole idea of the sky is falling into, oh, this is a little acorn. Oh, an acorn is nutritious. I'm going to crack that nut and eat it. Oh, this thing happened to me. I got to put all this money into something now. Oh, that gives the universe an opportunity to show me how abundant I am and how magically I can create. It's master manifestor energy, what I can create and drop from the sky out of nowhere for my provisions, for my abundance. Wow, cool. Oh, and there it is. We got this in the Masters card last night in the Masters group. Focusing. I love that. Look at, she holds the power at her fingertips. Not the outside forces, not what has been done before, not the way government systems, the man has operated. No, she's utilizing her power at her fingertips. She is focused on her light, her magician, her God source energy, not looking outside of her. Nope, she connected to her source, her light codes. She's allowing them to flow through her, and boom, in her reality, she is utilizing her own energy. She is the source. She's not outsourcing. She's not giving away her power. She is, through her focus, saying, boom, does this belief or thought form serve me? Absolutely effing not. Boom. I got the power. I am the power. I can create portals. I can open up dimensions. I can move mountains. Summon. You can summon what you want in your life. Number 13, transformation as well. Creating that foundation, the new 4, your independence through your expression and summoning and taking action. You are the transformation. You are the creator, not someone else. Operate and summon what you want to live, be, and see. All right, enough. I never said I did not have the power. You have the power. Where are you? I didn't say that you didn't. I'm just reading. Where are you putting your power? You know you have the power. Where do you want to utilize it? It's like you got an electrical current, or you got this hose blasting water. You're trying to fill up a pool, but you got it running all over the lawn. You have that source. You have the resources. Duh. We all know we do. But it's about maybe fine-tuning where and how we're going to apply that action. Take that hose, stop it running from all over the grass, and put it in that pool. So you have this beautiful pool of refreshing water. You can lay in the sun and float. Or you've got a live wire. Where am I going to connect my charge to? Do I want to connect it to somebody else's creations? Or do I want to connect it and create my own? So yes, you do have the power. We do have the power, and you always have the power also of where you're going to choose your thoughts and focus. So it's lining them up. What it's saying, Lauren, is you are lining up your power of focus and your thoughts to your power now. That is the transformation that you are taking. You weren't at the beginning of the live, but originally it was about the wisdom. What little bit of information have we been maybe keeping behind us, and in what is part of this new transformation in the cycle we are ending as we reset into this new cycle, this huge transformative energy undergoing us individually and collectively on earth. So Spirit just wanted you to just be aware. This is the transformation you are undergoing, combining your focus, your human part, your human mind with the power that you hold within you. So that is your transformative energy. That is the cycle you're ending. depletion of your power, having it run over, or having that hose run over the lawn, but really you really wanted to direct it into the pool, you can summon all in your reality. You are the magician. You are stepping into a reset where you are summoning, directing through your focus. That is really empowering. Thank you for being the space holder for all of us, Lauren. That is awesome. Yes, we always have lots of options. So if you don't like the options, Lauren, that are presented, it's about summoning your own option. What option do you want to create? We don't need to create and take the path that others have paved. That's what I'm talking about, Spirit, whoever is talking about. If we don't like the options before us, let's step into our imagination and summon what we do want. What does the ideal option look like for you? You have the power. You are the I am that I am. Anything that you are not is that shadow part of you that you are calling back, that has been dispersing your energy in ways that you don't want to experience. So it's about you reclaiming, restepping, resetting. You know, when it's all watery too outside, like yesterday I went to the homestead, and all the lights were off outside, and I love lights. You guys all know I love lights. So I was trying to reset the outside switch because the rain shorted it out. Whenever there's a lot of rain, my lights shut off. So I had to reset it I had to refocus and reset my light that I like to see outside of me. So we are all being called to reset this in here, going within to experience the light we want to see before us. I just love the way everyday life correlates with messages. All right. Hey, nice to see you, Lonnie. I can take a risk, but then I have to do all the work. Okay, there's a whole bunch of stuff in that sentence that we all experience. I can take the risk, but I have to do a whole bunch of work. This is all about allowing the energy in the universe to work behind the scenes for us. And sometimes we do stop ourselves from doing things because we think it has to be heavy. It has to be a big workload. But sometimes, you know what? The universe can go and delegate. And again, it's about using our magic. It doesn't mean that we can sit back and do nothing, because the physical body is meant to act on that guidance. Or maybe that thing that you're saying you got to do all the work, maybe it's an excuse because you really don't want that thing anyways. Only you know, you discern it and how it applies to you. If I don't take the risk, then I have to do the work to get out of the potential bad situation. I think you need to go within, use your imagination, and imagine everything unfolding as you would like it. Who cares about the risk? Who cares about how things have to be done? Go within. The details are clogging your drain or your pipes or your spigot. It's like when you, oh my God, this is another analogy. So when one time we weren't getting a lot of water in a cabin in the woods in Vermont that we lived at, a home there. And it was as simple as we went and dug that well deeper. We had it hydroblasted. And then all of a sudden the water was coming out really slow in the faucet. But all that was needed was to take off the little filter off the kitchen faucet. There was a little silver filter, take it out. It was all with the sediment of what we just hydroblasted, the rock, to go deeper and get more water. Just needed to be rinsed off, put it back on, and the water was coming out good. It's almost like you have little beliefs in your strainer, in your filter, that are preventing that water from fully flowing. And sometimes when we do master light blasting work, it's like that hydroblast where you go deep and they take water to break the sediment and open up veins for water to come through. Sometimes we got to deal with a little bit of aftermath. It's brought back up in us, like who was just saying that? Star was saying that, some past energies. So we've done a lot of work. We've gotten a lot of insight. And what happens sometimes as we hydroblast, as we're a master light blaster, we get a little residual sediment that is yet to be discarded or released. That's the best way to put it. That's funny. Yesterday, I had to rest my computer, modem, phone, and TV. Reset. Yes. In the YouTube video, I don't even remember who it was. It was someone I've never seen before. They were talking about our brains and our physical body is like a reset. Sometimes we get to reset our modem, reset our computer, power off, the power back on. The power off, and your point, your example, Star, is give into that rest, power off, take that big nap, sleep later, whatever it is, so your body can reset. And yeah, I'm always having to repower. Things will go frozen on me. And when you have to reset and repower, that is a really good example of you have just uploaded and activated a lot of codes and a lot of light, and it's overtaken the old programs, the old physicality. And it just needs that reset, that reboot, because you just had a big influx of power. Makes sense. Yeah, I don't even try to operate in the world of money and investment. I think of it more as frequency now, and that's a thing that I've been very challenged to let go of, Lauren. So I don't even think of it in terms of linear savings numbers and money, or I would be so bogged down. I would be so overwhelmed. I just focus on my excitement and let the excitement carry me, or let the happiness carry me. And then things come into my reality where it makes everything okay. If you're given some insight, excitement, and happiness, do you not know that your Father will provide for you? Your Father, meaning your higher self and your God source energy. And that's where we're at. We're pushing ourselves to step beyond the wall of the past. So, yeah. Anyways, all right, guys. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for your examples. Thank you for your light, because you guys, all of you now and later, and there is no time, it's space, it's frequency. So if you watch later and connect to this message, you're still created this. You've still created it, because energy knows no bounds. This is a good message, Lauren. Energy knows no bounds, just like your card. It doesn't know investments. It doesn't know payment. It doesn't know credit scores, credit lines, banks, people. It knows, in the sense that it knows no bounds. Nothing bounds up energy. This message, someone could listen to a year from now and say, oh my God, that resonates. They created that into their reality. You guys created this message for you in some way, shape, or form. So thank you. And it created so much insight and understanding for me as well. So thank you, guys. You're truly, truly, truly all master light blasters. Truly. May you all shine with the entirety, not just a little drop, but the entirety of all the love and light that you are.